सर, आज सदन के माध्यम से, आपके माध्यम से मैं माननीय वित्त मंत्री को ये विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि अगर हमारे किसानों की हरियाणा प्रदेश की बिजली की समस्या का निदान होगा तो आज हमारे देश को जो अन्न के अनाज के मामले में आत्मनिर्भरता पे जो गौरव है, हरियाणा का किसान उस आत्मनिर्भरता के गौरव पे कभी आंच नहीं आने देगा। So, I would like to make few comments now on the agricultural sector. So my generation of urban Indians used to think of Mr. Chidambaram as finance minister who patented the dream budget. But I have to say, from 28th February 2006, he has ensured that people of the generation start viewing him as a farmer's finance minister. I wonder if ever before has a union budget lent such a helping hand to the agricultural sector, and I commend all the increased allocations for various segments. I would like to now point out a couple of suggestions and recommendations that I have in various segments under agriculture. First, let me touch on the issue of import duties on agro products. Starting with the oil seeds, specifically palm oil and soya oil. So the case of palm oil is specifically peculiar. WTO allows us to raise the import duties on palm oil to about 300%. But today, we have an import duty of about 80 to 90% in our country. The farmers of Rajasthan and the farmers of Haryana together contribute 2/3 in production of mustard seeds. And the economies of these farmers are very badly hit because of the fact that we are importing a lot of palm oil from other nations. I think the last year's number was over 5 million tons. So we need to very urgently raise up the import duties. Second point is related to the duty on soya oil, which already we are at the WTO bound limit of 45%. But what I believe what we need to do is impose qualitative restrictions of not allowing genetically modified seed oil to enter our markets. Sir, regarding irrigation, I have a couple of observations as well. Time and again, various studies have shown, the one recently by Jeffrey Sachs, the noted economist, how deep is the correlation between human well-being and apt allocation of water resources. This has been an aspect of our economy. This was completely overlooked by the NDA regime. In fact, during their entire tenure, the total irrigated land out of our all arable agricultural land stays steadfast at 40% stable and like a plateau. So I commend our finance minister for increasing allocations for this sector, be it through AIBP or restoration of water bodies or encouragement of micro irrigation facilities. So case in the point being, for example, he has reduced the duty on plastics which constitute the raw material for micro irrigation and drip irrigation products from 15 to 5%, which will have a bearing in lowering of that cost. I would further recommend that we can take another step forward in this direction and can reduce the levies and taxes on micro irrigation products even further. I'm informed by the experts that if we do that, we can lower the cost of micro irrigation products by up to 46%. Today, we give out subsidies on purchase of these products to the tune of 50%. So we can, on the same side, keep reducing both in a phased manner. I would like to touch on agriculture credit too, sir. A very special dispensation has been made for the farmers in the current year, and I commend the Finance Minister and Honorable Prime Minister for this. The government has decided to ensure that the farmer gets the credit at about 7%. Now we need to watch this closely. To ensure that the goodness and the intent of this scheme reaches the poorest of farmer, we have to take a hard look at our agro credit chain. I'm sure, sir, that the Finance Minister is very well aware of the excruciating long agro credit chain that we have, from NABARD to the regional rural banks to the cooperative societies, eventually to the farmer. And we have to see if this 7% rate does not increase, as is the case today. It increases by about 60 to 100% from what the rate NABARD charges. And I have a couple of recommendations in this, for this. The first recommendation I have is a high-level committee should be set up to examine the feasibility of deconstructing and shortening our agro credit chain. Second recommendation I have is that the committee should also look at feasibility of reconstructing the cooperative societies in lines similar to commercial banks. So, I have another suggestion for National Agriculture Insurance Scheme. Mr. Finance Minister noted that this scheme will continue in its same format for the next year, but there are some existing holes in the scheme that need to be plugged. One of the holes that I'm going to point out is from a first-hand experience. First of all, the settlement process is too small, and all the affected farmers are not being compensated. For example, in a particular area, mustard growers are compensated, but not gram growers, because the scheme is implemented on a block level, not on a crop level. So the mixed farming is not protected in the scheme, and something needs to be done about it. Now, sir, let me first of all congratulate our members from Punjab for the acknowledgement and grant they received for Punjab Agriculture University, Ludhiana, for the contribution it made in the Green Revolution. But I would also like to point out that this, I'm afraid to say, sir, has also disheartened the scientists of another premier agriculture university in our country, Hisar Agriculture University, Haryana. The fact is that Hisar Agriculture University was a part and parcel of Punjab Agriculture University at the time of the Green Revolution, when Haryana was a part of Punjab. The fact is that Hisar Agriculture University in the last 25 years have produced and patented more than 150 seed varieties, more than any other university. The fact is that Hisar Agriculture University pipped Punjab Agriculture University to be named as the best agriculture university in India just last year by the Indian Council of Agriculture. So while we hope that Finance Minister would acknowledge the contributions that have been made by Hisar Agriculture University in his reply, we also hope that he would be generous enough to kindly give us some grant for this. Since my time is running out, sir, I would like to make the final comment on agriculture that I have on horticulture and animal husbandry. After studying the budget statements, it looks to me that the progress that we have made, especially in the horticulture area, has not been very well reflected in the agricultural growth numbers. So without going into the details, I would just ask the Finance Minister if he can take a look at the horticulture numbers to make sure that those are reflected in the agriculture growth numbers in his reply. Finally, sir, my last part, I would like to make a few points on the social sector spending and education. First of all, I would welcome the 43% hike in spending for the 8 flagship programs. Having said that, one of the flagship programs is Jawaharlal Nehru Urban Renewal Mission. And in this, my recommendation and suggestion is one of the cities that's included is city of New Delhi. With New Delhi, we should also consider including the entire NCR region, because it's a stated policy of the government to decongest New Delhi. And the municipal committees of Gurgaon, Faridabad, Ghaziabad should be included as a part of National Urban Renewal Mission.
Thank you.
My last, sir, it's my maiden speech, so I would like your guidance and cooperation. I would like to make a couple of points regarding education sector before I close. I would like to commend the upping of expenditure in the education sector by about 37%, but there are few suggestions. We have to take a hard look at the rural-urban divide and the divide between the public and private schools, as was very aptly noted by my colleague, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji. The budget emphasizes on Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya scheme. Perhaps we need to seriously think beyond the Navodaya schools to have a chain of public schools in rural areas on a sustainable basis, affiliated to renowned schools in our country. Study after study has revealed that the effectiveness of our expenditure is more in the private sector when we talk about the education sector. So I would like to request our Honorable Finance Minister that a part of the incremental allocation for our education should go in towards scholarships and vouchers that should be handed over directly to the poor students, and let the poor students decide whether he wants to go to a private or a public school. In the end, I would say just this. To conclude, sir, I would say just this. John F. Kennedy, one great American president, had once said that it is for the statesmen to decide whether they want to take their nations towards the future or towards the past. It is for the statesmen to decide whether they take their peoples towards economic prosperity or towards economic peril. 22 years back, one great Indian Prime Minister took the decision, has chose to take our nation in the 21st century, to take our nation towards economic prosperity, to take our nation towards the future. Today, sir, I think we are ready to reap the seeds that were sown by our great Prime Minister Shri Rajiv Gandhi ji, and this budget takes us a step closer to that.
Thank you.